a salute to all the winners out there. Today, we will delve into a very special mindset preparation technique. This trick is a lifelong tool that will ensure you never give up. Watch the entire video for your own benefit, and more importantly, apply it repeatedly. Let's begin the video with a unique incident. David Goggins states that the most challenging part of Navy SEAL training is the water evolutions due to the lack of oxygen underwater and the stressful change in environment. You only get 3 chances to pass an evolution, otherwise, your Navy SEAL dream ends as you're out of training. David mentions that after Hell Week, his knee was nearly broken, but he couldn't reveal this or he would be out of training. This made the water evolutions even more difficult for him. One such evolution involved tying 5 knots underwater, with a trainer challenging and evaluating you. David Goggins recalls his trainer, Psycho Pete, who disliked him and wanted him to fail. Pete challenged him to tie 3 knots at once. This was particularly tough for David because he could only apply pressure with one leg due to his injured knee, causing his heart to race. Despite this, he accepted the challenge. As David tried to take a breath before diving, Psycho Pete splashed water in his face, forcing him to dive without breathing. He tied the first knot in a few seconds, but had to wait underwater until Pete approved it. He then tied the second knot, and Pete leisurely inspected it. David recalls that due to the lack of oxygen, he started to black out and could have fainted at any moment. The fear of dying underwater began to haunt him, and negative thoughts started to flood his mind. Why endure such suffering? Why take the risk of dying? What is so special about becoming a SEAL? Seeing his dilemma and suffering, Psycho Pete enjoyed it immensely. David says that seeing the smile on Pete's face reminded him of all the bullying and suffering he had endured from childhood to now. But something different happened. His mind flipped the script as if time had stopped. For the first time, he realized that he had been viewing his life from the wrong perspective. All the negativity, abuses, failures, and tortures he had endured had prepared him to deal with people like Psycho Pete. David says this realization hit him like a flash. It felt as if time had stopped, and a different kind of confidence and strength surged within him. The lack of oxygen, knee pain, and fainting disappeared. He smiled at Psycho Pete and calmly tied the last knot, passing the evolution. David wondered about the mental state where even the lack of oxygen couldn't stop him. Later that day, when the trainers tried to break him by making him do bear crawls, his knee was almost broken, and the pain made it impossible to lift his leg. But he reached a state where fear, complaints, and pain vanished. Despite the broken knee, he started doing bear crawls rapidly. After half an hour, when the trainers got tired, one said, "I don't know, Goggins, where did Superman come into you?" David says he didn't know either how he was surpassing the limits of human pain. The answer lay in the sympathetic nervous system and the warrior mind. David explains that when people face failure or pain, they forget how many battles they have won to get to this point. They forget the hard work they have put in, leading to this moment. If they realize this, they can endure the pain a little longer, and then the sympathetic nervous system will help them. The sympathetic nervous system is responsible for your fight or flight mode. When you don't flee from troubles, your body and mind enter fight mode. First, a small flood of hormones spreads through the body, increasing oxygen and glucose in the blood. You feel energy throughout your body, and your heart beats faster. Blood flow to your muscles and brain increases, enhancing your alertness. In short, the sympathetic nervous system makes you a Superman for a short period in fight mode. You just need to endure pain and confusion with a positive mindset for a while, avoiding negative self-talk. David says if you can manage your mind, the sympathetic nervous system will always assist you. You don't need to join the SEALs for this. Whenever you feel like giving up at work or doubt your abilities, use the warrior mindset concept. Always remind yourself that you have seen many failures, but you are trying again today because each failure has made you stronger. David notes that it is not easy because people don't prepare in advance. They don't evaluate their thoughts beforehand. So, the next question is, How do we prepare for this mindset? There are three parts to mental preparation. David says that when we prepare for an important race or exam, we worry because many variables are not in our control. But rather than worrying about things we can't change, we should visualize. Before starting any challenging activity, I create a picture of my success in my mind and see and feel it. If I am about to complete a big goal, like running a 150 kilometers race, I visualize that race every day. This gives me a lot of inspiration during training, preparation, and practice. Visualization is not just about the victory ceremony. You should see every challenge ahead. For instance, after 50 kilometers, your body will start losing glucose, and your head will hurt in the heat. So I will take salt and sugar tablets and repeatedly affirm these things in my mind. Or I will listen to this song during the race or incorporate this routine in training to repeat during the race. David Goggins says that mere visualization won't work. See the challenge, look at the solutions, and then work on those solutions daily. The second part of mental preparation is personal clarity. This means having answers to some personal questions. Why am I pursuing this difficult goal? What is motivating me? If there is a negative thing like anger driving me forward, where is it coming from? What past experiences have given me mental toughness? David says that when doubts and fears start surfacing due to pain, these questions emerge in a negative tone. Why am I doing all this? What is the need for this? And your old grievances resurface as complaints. All this happens so quickly subconsciously that you don't realize it. But if you have honest answers to these questions and can use the warrior mindset, thinking about how many challenges you have overcome to stand here, and that every accident or incident has made you a warrior, not a victim, you'll overcome this wave of pain, confusion, and despair, and you will never give up. The third and final part of mental preparation is repeating everything. David says you should prepare your mind by doing these exercises daily. Visualize your success and the problems that might come with it. Ask yourself personal questions about your motivations and purpose. By continuously doing these things, your mind will be prepared when the challenge actually arises. This is what David Goggins calls the warrior mindset. When the body is in pain and the mind is clouded with negative thoughts, this mindset will help you keep going. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe for more inspiring content. With courage, action, and intelligence, we will achieve our goals together. See you in the next video.